If you are afraid of dying, you will die afraid. Fear, says Lovecraft, is the oldest and strongest human emotion, and the oldest and strongest fear is the fear of the unknown. Through experience, one can become immune to the paralysis inherent in uncertainty. Set the threshold where overwhelming endorphin rush occurs higher with each practiced scenario. It is in the fraction seconds that the driver of the sliding, skidding, sideways moving vehicle on the darkened, icy mountain road has that the brain, sending instructions to fingers gripping, can either remember to steer into the loss of traction or perform the opposite task, thus ensuring injury or fatality. Terror-infused inaction here will destroy the life feeding it. Death will come, inevitably and at any moment. If you are asleep, you more than likely will not notice. If you are awake, it can often be stayed in its hunger. Gun's barrel, foreground, driving attention away from the assailant's movements and telltale posturing. Thunderous, atmosphere-splitting crack of tree trunk as gravity and wind fell the wood. Pupils dilating to maximum excursion before the majesty of a once sheltering structure engulfed in supremely oxygenated flames. Brightest primary colors moving in perilous proximity, hollow injector fangs dripping. When it comes, it is not usually patient. Only if one is aged, expecting and accepting. Otherwise, it is in the counts of few Mississippis that your lifespan is truly measured. Facing your fears by confronting them and conquering prepares the individual for these inevitable moments. This is the legitimate use of the tools known as psychedelics. To go using one's imaginative faculties where the future will certainly bring one sooner or later. Awe is an imprinter of pathways and associations in shorter spans of time than a general amalgamation of lesser impressions collected. To venture forth and converse as an equal with gods is to retain that status. An armor impenetrable, an arsenal megalithic, forged of mind directed by fully developed and created self. And a rational but useful and usable ingrained insistence that you do, in fact, have control, if only for the ever-present. Awareness of mortality breeds more time, the only true possession. And with this valuable possession, the ultimate priceless currency may be spent. Love, cherished and nurtured, preparing body to be present yet again for its holy addiction. Once again, as before, hold me close, skin against skin, breath hot and moist against my cheek, pulling, gripped, desirous need. Falsehood of materialism exposed, enabling us to indulge in this activity, just as we have so many times before. This is why we choose to be here, as we define it. We, wholes, not incompletes, consciously deciding, not being predestined by unseen and unknowable. You, dearest, are the sole reason I steer into the loss of friction and recover volition of movement. I will not be forced to travel in any degree of compass reading that I do not declare my road to my destination.